Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's gonna be a different type of video. As you can tell by the title, it's a video that has been sitting on my heart for months, and I've never had the courage to film it. I've never had just the courage to film the video, so that's why I've never done it. This is a topic that I'm speaking about on YouTube, but that a lot of my friends don't know about. A lot of my family doesn't know. Really, only people that are really close to me that knows is my mom. I have a cousin who knows very well. And I think my older sister has kind of like a glimpse of it, but other than that, no one knows. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna try my best not to, I'm gonna try my best to not get too emotional about it and not make this video too long, because it is something that I don't like talking about. It is something that I prefer not to acknowledge. So, about me. And the reason why I'm putting it on YouTube before anything, like before I even, and also like I don't write stuff like this down. When I speak to you guys, if you watch like even my chit chat get ready with me's, I speak from what's on my heart and my mind. I don't ever write anything down because I never feel the need to. So the reason why I'm sharing it on YouTube before I share it anywhere else is because YouTube has just become such a safe haven for me. It has become my space. Like, my channel is my space. No one can post anything. If someone comments something I don't like, I can delete it. This is my space. So that's why I'm sharing it here instead of like I don't even know. But I'm gonna be like just sharing a secret that I've had for a long time, and that is that I do suffer from depression and anxiety. And I know with COVID-19, a lot of people have been posting on YouTube about mental health, and that's why when I was gonna do it, a YouTube that I'm subscribed to and I love her channel, she started doing like a mental health series on her channel along with a lot of other YouTubers, and it made me not want to post my story, because my story is not a series or not a way to get views, or this is something that I'm living through. So it made me not want to post my story. But, and sorry if my makeup looks a little worn. I had somewhere to go earlier and I just didn't take my makeup off. But it made me not want to say how I felt. So basically, when I was a kid, I knew, like, I always used to feel like, you know, people didn't like me, or people, like, I was constantly being judged, and I used to always feel like something was wrong with me. And I never really paid much attention to it. And I remember I was like in elementary school. And it was like really late at night, and I went into the bathroom, and I remember like just crying, like, what's wrong with me? And like, just cry, what's wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me? And I just kept saying it over and over again. And I don't even remember what even triggered me to do that. And I never told anybody. Like, this is the first time I'm sharing it. And I was in elementary school. I'm 28 now. I never told nobody. I never told nobody about that. So, as I got older, what helped me, so I would just focus on something that wasn't myself. So when I was in school, it was basketball. People know me personally. I have a basketball tattoo on my arm. I played basketball my whole childhood, so I used to focus on that. I would focus on it. I wouldn't focus on anything else. And then when I got older, it was work. It's so funny because when I was talking to my sister, my eldest sister, for those who don't know, I have four sisters. Three are older than me and one is younger than me. And then I also have a little brother who's like the light of my life. My older sister was like, you know, Brittany, you run from everything, from all your, like, what you're feeling. She said, that's why you work so much. I'm a workaholic. I would go on my day off. I would be there late. I focus on something so that I don't have to focus on myself. I'll get tunnel vision. And for me, it's work. So anybody who knows me knows that I work a lot. And it's because I need something to focus on. If I don't have something to focus on, then I have to focus on myself, and I don't want to do that. I have to focus on and acknowledge my mental health, and it's not something that I'm mentally prepared to focus on, so I just don't do it. So yeah, as I got older, I would just work myself to death. Like, work myself to death. Like I said, I'll stay late. I'll go in on my days off. I'll come in early. I'll do whatever. And then in 2008, I got into, 2008, I got into a relationship where it was extremely toxic. And as I'm getting older, my mental health, like I said, I didn't focus on it. So when I wouldn't really notice when, like, okay, Brittany, you're not okay, you know? So in 2008, I got into a really toxic relationship, and it's not to bash him at all. In any way, shape, or form, it is not to bash him. It's just that, you know, he probably won't admit the relationship was as bad as it was, but it was bad. And I remember being in that relationship, I felt like I didn't have a voice and I didn't have an outlet. Like, it was just suffocating. And it was horrible. It was horrible. I mean, it had its good times, but the bad outweighed the good by miles. So, I just remember when I would get really angry with him, I would get really angry. And like I'm the type of person, if something bothers me, I'll hold it. If someone does something to me that I don't like, initially I'll completely shut down. Completely. Go into a complete, utter shutdown mode. I won't say anything. I won't do nothing. And I'll hold it. I'll just hold it. And then things, no matter how minute they may be, things will just come happening, and I'll hold it and I'll hold it. And then we will argue over something little, and I would just explode. And it was, yeah, I don't know why my camera cut off. But I would just explode, and I would like shock myself. And I'm so compassionate to where I would immediately feel bad. I'm an extremely compassionate person. Like, one of my biggest fears is like offending people. Like, if I feel like I've offended someone, it eats me alive. Like, it's so weird. Yeah, that relationship was extremely toxic, and I feel like I didn't have a voice. We broke up. I broke up with him the year I moved here to Georgia, because it was just, moving here was my way of escaping the relationship. that was and it's so dramatic. Not dramatic, drastic to move to escape someone, but that's what I did. So, because he was all I knew. I got with him when I was 16 and I moved here I was 26. So it was just, I need to leave. Then I moved to Georgia, and what really, of course I overthink. I'm an overthinker, and I play scenarios in my head over and over again, and they always end up ending in like the worst possible way. Not that I want bad things to happen to me, it's just that sometimes I think I expect bad things to happen to me. So that's that. What really prompted this video and really made me step back and say, no, like, I can't keep running from this is, believe it or not, it's a job that I had. I'm not gonna say what company it is, but it's a very well-known company. That job triggered my anxiety so bad. So bad. And I remember thinking, like, what is wrong with me? Like, I cannot get it together. I would be like all over the store. Like, I could not focus. And I would start one thing, try to focus on it, but then I would just get like, my anxiety would come up over it, and I would just start something else, and it was just like, now I got 8 projects started, not one finished, and it was just too much. So I ended up quitting that job after like a year. And then while I was at that job, I had gotten into a new relationship. And then COVID hit. So I just became a person that I didn't recognize. My mental health took a dive, a very negative turn for the worse. And it happened so fast. So I had quit that job that was giving me so much anxiety, and then the relationship that I was in took a negative turn. And I turned into like this nasty person, like nasty, and I was just over it. And then my car broke down, and I remember the day my car broke down, it broke down like on the highway, and I had to go get it. And I remember trying to get it back home, and I remember like pulling over at like a parking lot on the phone with my mom, and I'm just like distraught. Like, I'm just like over everything that's going on. And she's trying to calm me down, and it was just like, ever since then, my mind was just done. And I just haven't been the same since. I haven't been the same. And I don't tell anybody. I don't talk to nobody. I don't tell nobody how I'm feeling. I don't tell nobody what's going on with me. Only time I'll call my mom or my cousin is if like I'm getting to the point to where I'm not taking care of myself. Meaning like not showering or doing my hair or wearing makeup, or that's when I call somebody and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling. And that kind of helps me for the moment, but I'm embarrassed. I've never taken the time to say how I feel or did, research or Google how to deal with it, because I'm embarrassed that I'm even dealing with this. If people know me personally, they know how I'm the strong friend. I'm the strong co-worker. I'm the funny co-worker. I'm the, you know, I do my hair and I dress nice and I do my makeup and all this stuff. Like, I'm that person that you would never expect to go through anything. And that's the face that I show the world, but this is how I am on the inside. Because I don't tell anybody. And it's like, because I'm embarrassed. So, my parents are extremely prideful people. Extremely prideful people. And I get that from them. And it's like, I don't know how not to be that way. I will literally, I will let myself go if it was to, before I ask for help from anybody. I will lose everything before I ask anybody for help for anything. And because I'm extremely prideful. And I remember I had a really rough week back in August. It might have, if it wasn't August, it was like early September. When I tell you that September was a blur, like, I remember nothing from the month of September. Nothing. Because my mental state was so gone. So I don't even remember when it was, but I was in my car driving down 285, which is a major highway here in Georgia, and I was going to work. And I don't know what came over me, but I just started like sobbing. And I'm on the highway and I'm driving. And I was like, completely fell to pieces. Completely fell to pieces. Fell to pieces. Like, I completely was destroyed. And all I could think of was like, you need to call somebody. And I called my sister, my eldest sister, and she's like, what's wrong? And she's like confused, and I just like exploded. Like, I just told her everything I was feeling. Like, I'm not happy, like I'm miserable, like I'm depressed, like my anxiety is through the roof. I could not get my anxiety under control for nothing. And I was like, I'm trying to keep my depression at bay. Because I went through a really bad depression back in earlier this year. No. Like around April, May, I went through a really bad depression. And I was like, I'm not trying to do that right now. So I'm trying to keep my depression at bay. Then my anxiety just shot up out of nowhere. And I was like, I can't focus. I was like, I'm not eating. Like, I couldn't even sleep. I would be up to like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to get up at 7 for work. So I'm always tired. Like, I would go to work, come home, literally the middle of, we walk into my apartment, it's like a hallway, you hit my bedroom, the middle hallway, took off my clothes, and I would just get in the bed. And I would just lay there and be wide awake to 4 o'clock in the morning, get up at 7 a.m. and do the whole thing over again. I wouldn't even shower. So, or something that wasn't in the way, but I definitely wasn't eating. So, I hadn't bought no food because I wasn't eating. And I remember my boyfriend came over and he was like, there's no food. And I was like, oh, I just haven't gone, but I just wasn't eating, so I wasn't buying no food. So I just told her everything, and she was just trying to talk to me. And then it didn't really help because I was just so far gone at that point. And then a few weeks later, or a few days later, my relationship had hit a rough patch, and I was sitting in my bedroom in the next room, and he wasn't answering his phone, and I had a panic attack. I had a panic attack, and I had never had a panic attack a day in my life. I felt like it was ants under my skin. I was like rocking back and forth, and I was like sobbing because he didn't answer his phone. Like, it was so bad that I scared myself. Like, I scared myself. Like, I literally was scared. Like, I don't ever want to ever have that happen to me again. Ever in my life. I literally scared the shit out of myself. Like, I literally had a an anxiety attack. And that's when I knew. And this is like maybe 3 weeks ago. And that's when I knew, like, this is bad. Like, this has gotten bad. I didn't tell anybody about the panic attack. No one knows. Well, now you guys know, but no one knows. I remember waking up the next morning and like being so scared. So scared. Because I've never had that feeling before. And I mean, I have my moments where I'm just like, maybe I should just be alone for a while, like not be in a relationship. Because people who know me personally, you know, I have these spells where I'll just disappear. I won't talk to nobody. I won't call nobody. No, I'm not texting nobody. I'm not answering my phone. I'm not on social media. I just have these moments where I'll disappear. And it's because I'll just get into these like fits where I'm just like, don't nobody talk to me. And that's been happening a lot more frequently than usual. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I should change. I don't know what I should do more, do less. I'm at this awkward place where my mental health is not okay. And I don't know how to fix it. And I'm the type of person that if I'm presented with an issue, I make it my business to know how to fix it. I hate when I don't know what to do about something. I hate when I don't know what to do about something. And this is one of those things where I don't know what to do. And I'm not okay. Like, I'm not okay. Period. I'm not okay. And so you probably thinking, like, if your boyfriend wants you to tell him what's going on. Our relationship is at a very awkward place. It's very awkward. So I don't, how do I say this without sounding like, I don't want to let him into my life any more than what he already is. So I prefer not to share. But on the brighter side, or more positive side, is that I am blessed to have my mother, because my mother, she helps me out a lot. When I feel like I'm completely inadequate to even deal with life, like, my mother is there. And even though I haven't told all my sisters about what's going on with me, I know if I did, they would be there for me. No question. And the cousin that I have, I've literally called him sitting in here in tears. And, you know, so I'm blessed to have people that I know I can call and say, you know, this is what's going on with me. It's just, for the most part, I don't tell anyone, and I don't acknowledge it, and now it's becoming to the point to where I'm given no choice but to acknowledge it. This thing that I've been running from for my whole life has now taken over. And I'm at the point to where I'm not trying to find a resolution. I'm not trying to find a way to fix it. I'm trying to find Brittany again. I'm trying to find myself, because I'm not myself. So, I don't know. I wanted to share this because it feels good to finally let it out. It feels good to finally acknowledge it. It feels good to finally say that I'm one of those people that are battling this. It's just that right now I'm losing. And I guess I'm hoping that one day I'll wake up and it'll all be over. And I know that's really immature and really naive to think, but I'm hoping that I'll wake up one day and I'll just be my own self again. And I won't have to deal with this no more. Because I've been dealing with it really on this level for a couple months now. And I'm over it. And I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do it no more. So, I don't know. I hope that somebody watches this and see that they're not alone. That, they're not, of course, it's not uncommon, but, someone may look at this and think like, oh my God, I thought she was like so happy. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm actually like low-key miserable, but I just hope that someone watches this and see that, okay, I'm not by myself. So, I don't really know what else to really say. I don't know. I just hope that you all just take care of yourselves, and I'm gonna post some videos. Try to be more consistent with my YouTube, because I love my channel. It's just sometimes I just but I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one.